So, have you ever thought about visiting Shanghai?
Yeah,
I mean, it's such an incredible fusion of tradition and modernity.
absolutely. It's like the city where East meets West, right? What
Exactly.
fascinates you the most about it?
Oh man, where do I start? The historical significance really draws me
Mm-hmm.
in. The Bund, for instance, with all those Art Deco buildings, it's like stepping into a time machine.
Yeah, the Bund is like a living museum. But do you think the modern skyline overshadows it a bit?
Well, maybe, but I think that's part of Shanghai's charm.
Right.
The juxtaposition of the old colonial architecture with the futuristic skyscrapers across the river, it's, it's like a visual metaphor for the city's evolution.
That's a good point. And speaking of history, the Yuyuan Garden is a must-see, isn't it?
Yeah,
A peaceful oasis in the heart of the city.
exactly. It's amazing how you can go from the hustle and bustle to this tranquil garden. The
Mm-hmm.
pavilions and ponds, it's like a scene from an ancient painting. Oh, absolutely. The French concession blows my mind every time.
Yeah,
Those tree-lined avenues and quaint cafes, sometimes you forget you're in China.
right. And then you turn a corner and you're back in the old city, immersed in traditional Chinese culture.
Exactly.
It's like traveling between worlds without leaving the city.
Yeah, it's incredible. And the art scene is thriving too. The Shanghai Museum has such an impressive collection.
Mm-hmm.
From ancient jade to calligraphy, it's a real treat for art lovers.
Definitely. But I have to say, the contemporary art at the Power Station of Art really pushes boundaries.
Yeah,
It's great to see how the city embraces both the traditional and the avant-garde.
for sure. It's like the city's art scene mirrors its own identity, rooted in history but always looking forward. Speaking of
Right.
which, have you delved into the culinary landscape there?
Oh yes, the food in Shanghai is out of this world.
Xiaolongbao, anyone? Those
Yeah,
soup dumplings are legendary. I could eat them all day.
same here. Though I always have to be careful not to spill the broth all over. It's an
Haha,
art form in
right!
itself to eat them properly.
And the street food is just as exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Wandering through the night markets, trying different snacks. It's foodie heaven.
Absolutely. Though, sometimes I've wondered about the hygiene, you know?
Yeah, I get that. But I
Right.
think with a bit of common sense, you can enjoy it safely. Plus, the experience is worth it.
True, the atmosphere adds so much to the flavor. And for upscale dining, the city doesn't disappoint either.
Not at all. Some of the restaurants there are pushing culinary boundaries, blending traditional techniques with modern twists. And let's
Yeah,
not forget the views. Dining overlooking the Huangpu River is something special.
speaking of views, the skyline at night is absolutely mesmerizing.
Oh, without a doubt. The lights, the towering buildings. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie. Going up the
Mm-hmm.
Shanghai Tower gives you a whole new perspective.
But don't you sometimes feel that all this rapid modernization could be eroding the city's traditional aspects?
That's an interesting point.
Right.
I think it's a delicate balance, but Shanghai seems to handle it well. It preserves its heritage sites while still embracing the future.
I suppose so. Maybe it's this blend that makes Shanghai unique.
Exactly. It's like the city is a tapestry woven from threads of the past and the future.
Yeah,
That's what makes exploring it so exciting. You never know what you'll stumble upon next.
that's so true. And on the topic of exploration, shopping is a whole adventure in itself there.
Totally. Nanjing Road is a shopper's paradise.
Right.
From high-end brands to local shops, it's impossible to leave empty-handed.
And then there's Tianzifang, which I absolutely adore. Those little alleys filled with artisan shops. It's like a treasure hunt.
Yes, and you can find the most unique souvenirs there.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the cafes are perfect for a pit stop and some people watching.
Exactly. After all that, the nightlife is just the cherry on top.
Oh, the rooftop bars are incredible.
Yeah,
Sipping a drink while gazing at the city lights, there's nothing quite like it. Haha, how could I forget?
right.
We had to sprint like mad, but it was worth it.
Definitely one for the books. So, in your opinion, what's the essence of visiting Shanghai?
I'd say it's the feeling of possibility.
Mm-hmm.
You're standing in a city that's constantly reinventing itself, yet deeply connected to its roots. It's inspiring.
That's beautifully put. Makes me want to pack my bags right now.
Let's do it. Shanghai
Yeah.
awaits with open arms.